Hi. Well, this is the part 3 of a video series. Total we are making 4 videos and the topic is developing your fluency using flow state. As I have said many times that this video is very different. This video will help you to be a better communicator, no use of any grammar, but using scientific and long-term effective techniques. In this video, I'm going to tell you how to use the flow state to develop your fluency through listening. How to go in a listening flow state. Well, I have always said in all my videos, again I repeat, please stay till the end. Something very positive will be there. A new technique you will be able to understand, learn and apply to develop your fluency and your communication. Here I go. Let's start. Well friends, as I said here that you have to go in a flow state. If you haven't seen my video number 1 and video number 2, please watch that and then come to this video. As you can see here, flow state for speaking fluently, listening to English. Now, let us move forward. Language develops from ears. It's very obvious, everyone. You are learning, you are speaking your language, your mother tongue from your ears. You developed your sentence structures from your ears. You haven't developed your mother tongue by reading grammar books or anything. So, what is the mantra here? The mantra is language always develops from your ears. So, with this fact, we are going to develop our language through ears. But just only listening to English will not help you to develop proper language, will not help you to develop proper sentence structure. There is something else behind that which I'm going to share with you, and it is this. Listening parameters, these are the flow state. As I said before, go and understand the video number 1, what is the flow state. You have to go in flow state. Only then you will be able to develop you will be able to construct proper sentences without understanding any grammar behind it. You will be able to speak grammatically correct. For that, you have to follow these 3 things. You must understand what you are listening. Whatever you are listening, you must be able to understand. You must enjoy, very important, you must enjoy what you are listening. And last is, you must be able to gain knowledge from what you are listening. Because when you are listening anything, there should be a purpose, and the purpose is to gain knowledge. You are just listening randomly because I want to develop your fluency. It doesn't work in this way. When your focus, when your concentration is gaining the knowledge, language is a byproduct of that. English is a byproduct of that. When you're listening to understand, when you're listening to gain knowledge, when you enjoy that listening, then only you go in a flow state. That's very important. And here I'm going to tell you flow state develops and how it develops. Flow state means what? Flow state means, as I said before, when you're listening anything. Now, what to listen? Of course, listen a podcast, listen an audiobook. So when you're listening a podcast or audiobook, most important thing is struggle is required, because most of you will not be able to go in the flow state. Because first of all, what will happen? Listening a podcast will be boring, dull, monotonous, because your brain has never listened to that. And when you're listening first time, your brain will say, stop that, play music, because I'm habitual to listen music, or I'm habitual to listen the mother tongue, stop this English. It will be dull, condescending, boring. All the words are new. Pronunciation is different. Accent is different. All will be blank and black. That's going to happen. But to overcome that, struggle for nearly 6 months is required. And to reach that level of flow, first of all, you have to understand the words. The words which have been used, the meaning of the word you have to understand. You have to understand the pronunciation of the word. A word has 2 important factors, meaning and pronunciation. If you don't understand meaning and pronunciation, you will not be able to understand what they are saying. And when you don't understand what they are saying, you will not go in the flow state. Next, understanding the accent, because you will not understand, you will not go in the flow state because the accent is different. You are not familiar with the US or UK accent or British accent. And for that, a different set of training is required, which I have told many times. For this, you need 2 senses technique, which I have given in, I will put a video here, 2 senses technique, and you will understand that. Next one, understand the slangs and idioms, because good speakers, native speakers don't use only words, they use a lot of slangs and idioms and phrasal verbs and lot of stuff is there. And only then it becomes like metaphors and similes and lot of stuff. So you should be able to know that first. Only then you will be able to go in the flow state. And last is understanding the delivery speed. Now, delivery speed means what? Usually, let us come here. Understanding the delivery speed means what? The speed of the speaker. Usually, native speakers speak at the speed of 120 to 150 words per minute. So you should be able to understand that. And native speakers don't speak in words, they speak in sentences, cluster of sentences. Well, now understanding words needs struggle. Let us come here. Out of this, understanding words needs struggle. What is the struggle? Reading is the struggle. Reading is the struggle. You have to read, you have to keep a vocabulary journal, understand the meaning of the word and understand the pronunciation of the word. Journal you have to maintain. This is the first struggle. This struggle will go up to 6 months. Minimum 6 months you have to go. And once you reach that level, struggle is over. It will be smooth, right? Next, understanding the accent needs patience. Accent is, many of you will not be able to understand the US UK accent. It will take some time. You need to have patience. I told you, use 2 senses technique. Video is given already, I've told you. Next, understanding the slangs and idioms and phrases used needs to keep a separate vocabulary journal for that. You have to write down all those things. You have to understand, you have to be familiarized with them. Only then you will be able to understand when they are being used. And last is the speed. If you see the speed, the presentation is between 100 to 150, but the regular speed is between 150 to 120. You should be able to understand the speed. And again, to understand the speed, you have to use 2 senses technique. Now, dear friends, this is all about going into the flow state while listening a podcast or an audiobook. And when you go in the flow state, it will be like listening to music. You are fully immersed into the podcast or audiobook and you start enjoying the podcast, start enjoying the audiobook. And once that happens, you go in the flow state. And when you go in the flow state, language, sentence structure, pronunciation, vocabulary, sentence formation, fluency, confidence, by default, they develop in you, by default. That is my experience. Try and work on this. I haven't given you a shortcut method. This method will take time. Be ready for that. Hope you enjoyed this video, dear friends. Hope you enjoyed. And this video I'm shooting at night. I decided that I'm going to shoot this video, finish this video, so that I can upload in time so that you will be able to see this video. Take care. You are my motivators. My subscribers are my motivators. Everything is for you. And I will keep on doing better and better because your comments motivate me. Thanks a lot and namaste. Thank you.